Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Fashion IQ, a podcast where we talk about how can a fashion utilize AI to engage consumer. I'm your host today, Alice. I'm a food fashion student who's super passionate about how fashion works behind the scene, not just the trends, but the psychology, the marketing, and even how technology like AI is changing the game. In today's episode, we're diving into something really interesting on how our style choices reflect who we are and how technology, especially AI, is reshaping the fashion industry from the inside out. I'm very excited to welcome our first guest, Professor Eric. With over 30 years of experience in the textile industry, he has held supervisory roles across the supply chain, from fiber production to garment manufacturing. Now, he's teaching fashion management and marketing at Techmin University, helping to shape the next generation of fashion leaders. Super honored to have you here, Professor.
Thank you, Alice. I'm very happy to be here and talk with everyone about some exciting changes happening in the world of fashion.
Okay, so let's start with the human side, fashion psychology. Professor Eric, could you please explain what fashion psychology is and how our clothing choices influence us and how others see us?
Thank you, Alice. Thank you very much for your first question. Okay, this is a very tough question. So let me think. Okay, fashion psychology is the study of why people choose a certain clothes and how those choices affect our emotion, behavior, and social interaction. Okay, it also use the relationship between the clothing and the human's mind. Okay, explored.
Mhm.
What we wear is function. Wear function like I sometimes we call non-verbal the business card. Okay, it does not just reflect our style. It communicate our industry, our identity. I'm sorry, our identity and social rules. For example, okay, when we wear a suit or formal dress, okay, we often feel the more professional and confidence. This phenomenon is known as the enclosed cognitions. Okay, the idea that our clothing can influence how we think and behave. At the same time, okay, form expressions. At the same time, okay, form expressions or expectations based on how we dress.
Okay, love your answer. Can you please give me some example of a brand or a campaign that uses fashion psychology to engage the consumer?
Thank you. So, okay, absolutely. Okay, many brands are very smart in how they apply fashion psychologies. Okay, one great example is Nike's. Okay, the slogan is called "You Cannot Stop Us" campaign. They are not just selling the wares; they are tapping into deeper emotions like achievements, identity, and belongings. So, okay, those are psychological trigger that fashion philosophies is explored. Okay, Nike marketing. Okay, marketing people makes you feel that when you wear their clothing, so you are not just dressed like an athlete. Okay, you embody that spirit. Okay, so you are buying into a sense of purposes, not just a product.
Okay, love your answer. Okay, so the next question is, building on that, how does the fashion in general shape consumer behavior and culture? Are there any psychological triggers marketers should understand?
Alice, you give me the second tough question now. All right. Fashion as a powerful influences on consumers' behavior, okay, and culture, okay, because it's deeply connected to identity, emotions, and social belongings, okay. What people wear is often a reflection of who they are or who they want to be, okay. This makes fashions more than just clothing. It becomes a way of expression value, status, or aspiration or even behavior. From my point of view, for marketers, especially marketers, it's important to understand the psychological triggers behind consumers' choices. Okay, one key trigger is that the desire for self-expression. Self-expression is also very important. Okay, people want to stand out or fit into depending on the content.
Interesting. Have you noticed any changes in how people shop lately, like especially with Gen Z and how everything is online now?
Yes, definitely. Okay, in recent years, okay, consumers' behavior has shifted a lot, especially with Gen Z. Okay, and they have grown up with the internet. Okay, of course, it's when they grow up with the internet. So online shopping is completely natural to them. Okay, not me. Okay, I'm from the old generation. Okay, but it's more than just the conveniences. Okay, I mean the online shopping. Okay, they also care about values like the sustainability, okay, inclusivity, and authentic. Okay, social media plays a huge role too. Okay, platform like TikTok and Instagram, okay, influences what they buy and how they discover brands. Thank you.
Okay, sounds very interesting. So like Gen Z now, especially now they use like social media like for shopping and some of that. Okay. Okay, so now let's talk about like technology. AI is everywhere these days, and how is it showing up in fashion, especially in things like trend forecasting or design? Like what's new?
Okay, Alice, this is a good question. Good question. Okay, AI is transforming the fashion industry in an exciting way. Okay, one major use is in trend forecasting. Fashion trends forecasting. Okay, AI can analyze as massive amounts of social media and sales data to predict what the styles will be popular next season, which that for many brands is critical. Okay, it's also used in design, helping brands generate patterns or suggest the color, the palette, or even create virtual samples. Okay, that will be I mean, it's very fresh to me, right? And also helping brands generate a pattern. Okay, so some companies are using AI-powered tools for personalized styling or the virtual try-on. Virtual try-on. Okay, which I think is also a very good ways for the sales. Okay.
Wow, that's so cool. Because I heard that you say that AI they have like virtual try-ons like for the consumer they can try the clothes just like from the virtual, and some of the like AI also can help to boost out the sales in fashion industry. But this also like feels kind of scary, right? Like are there any challenges with AI like creativity issues or any concerns that it might replace the designer?
Yes, there's a pros and cons. Okay, AI does bring some challenges to the fashion industry. Okay, one big concern is the potential loss of the creativity. Okay, some worry about that, and some worry about relying on the algorithms might make the designer feel repeat. If you use these algorithms, might maybe make designs feel repeatedly or less human because it's generated by AI. Okay, there's also feel that AI could replace the designer. Okay, so many people think that maybe it's the futures. Okay, well, especially for the fast fashion or the basic task. Okay, but many experts see AI as a tool. Okay, not a threat. Okay, it can handle data heavy work, allowing designers to focus more on creativity and innovation. Thank you.
Okay. So zooming out a little, like what major business or economy trends are happening in the fashion industry right now?
This is also a very tough question. All right. Right now, is one major trend in the fashion industry is the shift toward sustainability. Okay, eco-friendly. Okay, for the past 20 years. Okay, and also the circular fashion is also very important. Consumers are demanding more transparency, ethical sourcing, or eco-friendly practices. Okay. Or at the same time, digital transformation is also accelerating the brands accelerating brands, okay, are investing in e-commerce, okay, or the virtual fashion and data-driven personalization, okay.
Mm-hmm. I've noticed that Asian fashion scenes are getting a lot of global attention. Like, can you tell me what's happening here in Taiwan or around the Asia?
Thank you very much for bringing up the Taiwan. Yes, Taiwan and broader Asia, okay, other countries are gaining significant global attention in fashion. So Taiwan, in particularly, okay, is emerging as a hub for sustainable and innovations design. Taipei Fashion Week has become a key platform, right? Highlighting these collections that brands' cultural heritages with the modern aesthetic. Okay, designer like the Austin Wu, okay, is a Taiwan famous fashion designers are gaining the international recognitions for their unique urban outdoor styles and limited release. Okay, additionally, okay, Taiwan textiles industry is advancing with eco-friendly materials like pineapple leaf fabric, okay, and coffee grind yarns, which is also very popular in Taiwan, not only in Taiwan but in the whole world. Okay, and those developments reflect a broader trend in Asia, where fashion is increasingly seen as a fusion of traditions, innovations, and sustainability. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of our listeners are probably students or beginners in the fashion. Like, what advice would you give them when starting a career in this field today? What skills and mindset are most important?
Yeah, as you said, yeah, most of the listeners are students. I'm also a student, okay? I'm also a student. No, I'm an old student. Uh, for the newcomers in fashion, okay, I say that stay curious and adaptable. Okay, key skills, including creativity, okay, digital literacy, and understanding consumer behaviors. Also, okay, build strong communications and networking ability, which I think is also very important. Okay, most importantly, okay, have patience and resilience. Yeah, you have to have patience and resilience. Fashion is a fast-paced and competitive. Okay, but patience and persistence will take you far. Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Super helpful. And are there any common mistakes you see people make when entering the industry?
I think everybody make mistakes. So, common mistakes is for newcomers, is including, common mistakes like understanding the importance of the networking. Okay, they don't understand the importances of the networking. Okay, so lacking the patience for gradual growth. Okay, a brand should be growth. So, growth is slowly, gradually. So you have to have the patience. Okay. Or sometimes they're ignoring the industry, in the trends. This is also, some of the thing they have to pay attention, and also not being open to feedback. Okay, avoiding those helps us build a stronger foundations for a successful fashion career.
Thank you. That was such a fun and interesting conversation. Thank you so much, Professor Eric, for sharing your experience and ideas for us today.
Alice, you're welcome, and I'm really glad to have the chance to discuss those topics with you. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, bye bye.
Okay, bye bye. And to everyone listening, thanks for tuning in to the first episode of Fashion IQ. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel for more videos and interviews like this. Got a question or a topic if you want us to talk about? Drop it in the comment below. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.